the spiritual meaning of diabetes. Now, disclaimer, this is just the spiritual meaning. There's still a medical and a scientific reason as to why this happens, and those reasons are still valid. Okay, so for diabetes, they have type 1 and type 2. Okay, type 1, needing sweetness, attention, love, and care, feeling insecure, unsure of yourself, overly needy and reliant on others, self-centered and focused on your inadequacies, wanting to appear indispensable to others, listening to and surrounding yourself with too much negativity. And then for type 2, fear of fully participating in life, great need for control and to know things, deep need for attention and approval, a constant craving for love paired with a belief that you are unworthy or undeserving, deep-seated guilt, belief that you have to struggle to survive. Goddamn. Really trying not to cry, but shit, I know.
I want to begin by saying it's very important to do your own research. This is a shadow of me. I put my shadow there because I'm talking about something that's super sensitive to me. The body heals, well, whatever that book is called. The woman has her definitions very improper, very incorrect, and I really can't stand miseducation and misinformation. The definition that was shared for type 2 diabetes is actually the reality of what we with type 1 diabetes are living with and like. And for type 2, it's a very, these people cause that themselves through their poor diet, nutrition, physical activity, their lifestyle choices. And there are codes in the DNA that can trigger type 2 diabetes. But usually when someone has type 1 diabetes, they are born with it, right? And in my case, that is not what happened. I didn't get diagnosed with it until after I had my son. So I was 22 years old. And this happened to me. My whole life I was physically active. My whole life I had a stellar diet. My whole life. Every aspect was in place except for the nurturing and loving factor. The people who were around me that were supposed to be raising me were causing me to destroy myself internally. And before anyone goes and tries to blame anything on a child, children are children, and we don't ask to be born. We are born into the world, the family we're born to, and that's just it. And whoever our family brings us around and what we have to grow through to become who we are is just it. And those beings activated from the age of 8 to 16 until I was able to get away from them. They activated deep self-hatred in me, deep guilt and bitterness, and I had nothing to be bitter about, nothing to be guilty for. I'm an innocent child. I'm an innocent child building myself. Anyone who knows me knows that I was always in something. I was a musician from early on. I started dancing professionally when I was 5. I modeled. I did so much for myself. And I feel like that was the reason why the adults around me were so triggered by me. So they caused this self-destruction within a child from the age of 8 to 16. I'm going to let you guys inside on a little bit. Being in girl groups and me being the only one who gets nagged. A grown woman telling me that I have to pay her $20 because I don't hit notes that these black girls can do runs and riffs because I'm not a black girl. I'm not from a black family. I don't listen to this kind of music. It was just the most I can't even, it gets me so worked out, and I'm so proud of myself for being able now. I will say I am toward the end of my journey with this experience. And they say that this condition cannot be healed, but I promise you guys, before I leave this earth, I will leave you with the cure because I'm going to cure myself. Aside from that, unloving spirits, the bitterness, the lack of affection, the disconnection, all of that invites low vibrational spirits into young energy. And it's so sad because as a child, you don't know any better. You don't. And you're letting these energies inside of you, and yes, they're going to destroy you. They love it. Your food, your electric body is food, essentially. But I wanted to come on and clear that up because that pissed me off when she started crying. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? You're crying for people whose body literally got that way because they did it themselves versus people who were victims of circumstance. You're telling me a a child in the womb comes out with type 1 diabetes. That's nothing to be sad about. You're telling me a young lady or man from the age of 8, 16 was emotionally abused, neglected, while the people around her received that. And that's the oddest part for me. Like, why wasn't I the only one not receiving what the other 3 kids around me were receiving? It's beyond, but I know why, because I know the light and the vibe that I am. And those beings, where are they now? Suffering in their dis-ease and discomfort. Not me. And I said that I'm going to leave you guys with a cure for T1D. It sucks. It sucks for people to have to wear machines on their body to control their glucose levels, to do this, to do that. And then the world thinks it's okay. It's not okay. And I would never, that's my problem with the medicine that you guys are using. It's not healing you. It's making you dependent on it so you can keep funneling your time, money, energy, life into it. You have to pay for that. I gave a little insight. Listen to this. Insulin here, it's about $1,200. I used to go, because I live like 10 minutes from Canada, just to go across the bridge and get it for $75. The same insulin I was using over here. Like, come on, guys. But I just had to make this video because I was so pissed off about her miseducation and misplacement of energy. The hypothalamus that connects the mind and body, it converts thoughts into physical reaction, right? And the mouth is the contact place for reality and security. Type 2 diabetes, that's how they get it, right? Life is in the blood and it contains oxygen, and the nutrients and energy needed to keep the body and cells alive are what we are refusing to feed it. You know? And this is from my work. I never read. If it's not from me, I won't read it to you. I really hope that people can begin to enter and understand the reality of the realm that we're in and the reality of the energies that we're being. And I'm going to embrace this aspect of me forever, because I have a little girl to heal. I'm still healing her, but I'm almost there. And I'm going to let you guys in on my journey too, because I had this for like 9 years now, and like I'm not gonna live with this all my life. I'm not going to suffer. I don't suffer, and I'm not going to suffer. I suffered at first. There was a point in time where I could not feel my legs, and no one would have ever known. There was a point in time where I had to wear glasses because my eyesight was getting so bad. And I know that I'm going off on the tangents, but it's so sad to me that not all diabetics have nutritionists. Like, if you were seeing an endocrinologist, which you are if you have type 1 diabetes, even type 2, why is there no nutritionist? Why is there no nutrition plan? Why is there no physical? Why is there nothing but, hey, go, here's your medicine. Oh, you need to get on the insulin pump. It's just so bad out here, but I'll keep you all tuned in.